I bet you we have sound now. Okay, don't ask me what happened there. All I know is it was supposed to, but now it is, and you should be able to hear me now. Barbara, Sabrina, Valerie, Sharon. Okay. Uh, so let me know if you can hear now. It should be back up, and you should be able to hear me now. So please let me know if you can hear me, uh, for I do have sound now. Okay. Let's see what we have here. Just wanted to make sure you still can't hear. Okay. Let me see how long it takes for this to work and see what we can do. Doe, Carletta. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, all right, there we go. All right, good, 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 good. Glad that you are able to do that. Okay, Jemison, Cora, Carletta, Timothy, Linda, Denise, Timothy, Janet. How are you, Cecile? Great to have you with us on today, Elder Treese. Good to see you. And you're right, the devil is a liar. That was amazing. Absolutely amazing how that turned out like that. So, again, grateful to God for those of you who are here with us. And I'm glad that the sound is working and you can hear me now. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You can share if you would like. If you would like, we would appreciate you hitting that share button. Okay. Stephanie, good to see you, bro. Good to have you with us. Okay. All right. We've been healed. You know, and don't ask me what happened because everything is working fantastically well, and then boom, all of a sudden the sound was gone. Okay, Minister Faye, good to have you here. Carolyn, good to see you. Denise, now you can hear. Okay, so if you don't mind, lay on that share button. Lay on that share button there and get us on out there. To those folks, Laura, love you, girl. Glad you're doing well. Glad you're doing better. Sherry, thank be to God that you are here with us on tonight, and just grateful to God for each and every one of you deciding that you want to be a part of our learning experience. Okay, Jemison, I see you now. I see you. Okay. We got it. We got it. We got it. Okay. Again, let me say it one more time. Hit that share button if you don't mind. Hit that share button. Let's get this out to as many people as we possibly can as we share the word of the Lord with each and every one of you on this evening, whether you are on the Facebook pages, whether you're on YouTube, or whether you're on the website. We are just grateful to God for you. I want to see what we have here. Veronica, let me know if all is well now. It should be. It should be on the website. The sound should be good also. Thank you so much for sharing. That's right. Lay on that share button. I wanna know that you've shared. That's important, Carolyn Williams, and we'll be ready to go in just a little bit. In just a little bit, I got a whole lot to talk about, but I wanna deal with the lesson first, so maybe we will be able to glean just a little bit of something. Okay, Bishop Moore, how are you, sir? It is so good to see you and to have you with us on the evening. Praying for you in the ministry down there in Steubenville. Man, I want you to hold it down, my friend. I need you to hold it down. Okay. Well, Lena, good to have you here. I'm going to say it one more time. Please lay on that share button. Please do so. And so we are grateful to God for that. Listen, I need to ask a question, and I really believe that this question is relevant. Sister Thomas, Deacon Thomas, how y'all doing? Good to have you with us on this evening. Is life sapping the juice out of you? For lack, little interruption. Okay. How is the sound with everybody else? Because I'm trying to get this together. Okay. Sister Donaldson, how are you this evening? Good to have you with us. Is it kind of loud? Because I think on the website there's a problem. Okay. So if there's somebody else on the website, could you let me know if there's a problem? Because then I'll have to go and fix it and do that real quick. Because I want to make sure everybody can hear me. I want to make sure that I am heard crystal clear. I turned the microphone a little bit, and maybe that might help. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Okay. Yeah, it was okay, but I want to make sure we are good now. Let me share. Does not the age and the time we live in frustrate you? Think about this for just a moment. We live in an area where violence is now becoming the norm. And when I talk about violence, I'm just not talking about the craziness that's going on in some of our neighborhoods, but the fact that people can buy these high-powered weapons and just kill people at random. Hey, Sylvia Scott, how are you? Do you get frustrated with the political system? Both parties. I mean, both parties get on my nerves. It's a little choppy. Okay, hold on a second. Let me take a look at this and see what I may need to do to make this a little bit better for you. I kind of needed to know. Kind of needed to know. Oh, I got it. Let me do this real quick. That's my fault. I had one thing up just a little too much, and that was causing the distortion. Let me know. Excuse me. I apologize for constantly clearing my throat, but I fell asleep, and you need a little more volume. Okay, I fell asleep, and the air was running, and so I'm trying to do this. I want to. Oh Lord, look, hold on. Let me see. Okay, all right, we're good there. Isn't modern technology something else? Let me know, Carletta, if that is a little bit better. Hey, dear. Hey, LMA, how are you? Chaplain Hearns, how are you this evening? I want us to think about this. I'm sick of racism. I'm sick of sexism. I'm sick of the political climate. I'm sick of the fact that people on both sides of the aisle just don't seem to be able to do anything or accomplish anything. And I'm not just talking about in Washington, D.C. I'm talking about in the state. I'm talking about even local politics gets on my nerves. Think about this for just a moment. It's just crazy. Think about this. Gas is ridiculously priced. Even though gas is ridiculously priced, one thing that I've noticed is it ain't stopped, folk. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone. 6,000 people were stranded over the Father's Day weekend. Hey, Minister Michael, how are you, sir? Because airlines knew they were overbooking, booked all of those flights, didn't have enough pilots, didn't have enough flight attendants, or any of the rest of that stuff, okay? All of this is going on beside buying food. Thank you, Bishop. I'm trying for an old broke down man. I'm trying trying to hold it down, okay? And so all of these things are going on. All of these things are happening. And good evening, Lady Harrison. How are you? And so when you look at this and you look at how do you make ends meet, is life safe? Ethel, how you doing? Think about this. You're not safe going to the grocery store. You're not safe going to the movie theater. You're not safe going to just fun entertainment. You're not safe in any way, shape, form, or fashion. You cut on the TV. You cut on this. You read the newspaper. You do all of this stuff, and you go through this vicious cycle of psychological trauma to the point where it makes you wonder, how can I get rest? How, sometimes we become paranoid. We hear sounds and different things, and it frustrates us. We get, like today I got the news of some people who came down with COVID who are fully vaccinated. I want you to hear what I'm saying, because we're exposed to a country and they wore the masks. They did what they were supposed to do. And yet still they contracted it anyway. The only thing, Ethel, that was good was the fact that the vaccinations kept them out of the ICU. But the effects that are going to take place in their lives are still to be determined. Yes, Carolyn, you got to look at all of these things. Your wife got stuck in DC. Bishop, listen, and it's enough that if you don't know the Lord, I'm not talking about going to church. If you don't know the Lord, it'll cause you to go to jail. Okay? People are mad. People are screaming at the attendants behind the counters as if they're in control of anything. People that's right, ball confusion. I remember that one. Okay? And all of this is happening. And listen, it's not just happening once a week. It's happening every single day. Now, people have made it up in their minds they're not going to fly, but then they're going to drive. So they got to deal with, can I get a rental car? Can my car do this? My car? If I get a rental car, that's $600-700 right there, not including the gas for the vehicle. Then everything has gone up. Trying to, book a hotel to go on vacation and stuff, and you look at the rates and you go, my God, is there any peace anywhere? Is there any contentment? Can I lay? Well, I don't have that problem. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. And y'all can ask Lady Harrison, and she will testify to this, that when sleep comes. And I think I told y'all this before, on my Fitbit, at around about 10 o'clock at night, it comes across with a message and says, okay, now it's time for you to wind down so you can get ready to get your rest. I don't need that, okay, because I'm going to sleep. And there's a reason why I can sleep. There's a reason why I can. And I want to look at a passage of scripture that I think is going to help us in how do I give this to the Lord? What do I do? Because I can't get up in the morning with bad news. I knew bad everything. But you got the January 6th thing going on, and my heart. I literally cried, Terry. I literally cried when that daughter testified to the fact that her life and her mother's life has now been permanently altered. That people are threatening them because we're just doing their job. We had this jerk that went into the White House and he opened up a demonic, ungodly, matter of fact, they're starting to call it a cult now, influence of horrible, racist hatred that has now gripped this nation to the point that, and can I say it? Can I say it? Katrina, Lord have mercy. See, fully vaccinated, because folk now that they've relaxed the standards because they got tired of these First Amendment right people talking about it's my right to die. I ain't got no problem with you taking the mask off and dying. Just don't kill nobody else. And it'll get you to the point that you'll hate white people. Okay, I know, I'm being way too transparent. Gaither, how are you? I'm being way too honest about this because not all white people are racist or bad or mean or anything, but because you constantly hear it, okay? You constantly hear it over and over again because these are nothing but white men who are power hungry and they want to stay in power and subjugate everybody else to their authority. And when you consistently ingest that, or in cases like me and the organizations that I'm a part of, we fight against it, you just get tired. And that's what they want you to do, is to get tired. You know, and you won't reap if you don't lose heart. And so when we look at these things, what do I do? Because Jesus is the answer. Yeah, he is the answer. He is the answer. But how can I release? How can I get rid of the frustration and all the craziness that goes on? Man, I mean, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I know I'm venting. I know I am. But I need y'all to understand this. There's not another person of my color that could have done what has happened and not be under somebody's jail. Okay? Yeah, I said it, and I know I'm gonna get some stuff about it later. There's no way, there is absolutely no way somebody that looks like me could get away with this like it's going on right now. And that's the frustration that's going on. Those are the things that you wonder because of the double standard, the Floyds and all the rest of these people who have died needlessly at the hands of racism. What do I do? What do I do? Where do I go? What do I say? I've been praying and it ain't working because it looks like the more I pray, the worse it gets. Can I talk to y'all? I just want to see if you can identify with this because it's all of these things that frustrate you. I'm dealing with the issue of consistently praying for my children and my grandchildren and my great-grandchildren. I'm doing all of these things because I want them to live full and happy lives. Do I have anybody out here that can just be honest for just a moment? I don't want to bury any of them. I want them to bury me. And I look at that. You know, I got grandkids driving now. And I'm worried because, and I know we ain't supposed to worry, but I'm concerned that somebody may pull them over and they don't have the temperament to be able to sit back and rationalize their way out because they got smart mouths and all of that kind of stuff. And these are the things that we have to deal with on a regular basis. Okay, and I know that was really blatant and that didn't have no grace or any mercy in it. Because the truth of the matter is, if it weren't for the grace and mercy of God, where would we be? And so I'm looking at a passage, the gospel recorded by Luke chapter 10. And in verse 38, we're going to see an example. Because if you remember Matthew 11, 28 and 29, okay, Jesus says clearly, and you got to recognize and understand that, come to me, all you that are weary and heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am gentle and humble in heart, and you will find rest for your soul. Jesus says that we can replace burdens with his yoke, which is easy and light. We can find freedom from the frustrations and the craziness that we as a people, for African Americans, and now not just African Americans, but Latinos and Asians and LBG, you know, and I'm not condoning anything. I'm just saying these racistic moves have now targeted certain people because of who they believe they are. But here's what he says, and this is important for us to get, and this is important for us to recognize. Okay, here's what you got to. This is what you got to say. Here's what you got to do. Here's what you got to deal with. Luke 10:38. Luke 10:38. There's a situation going on here. Okay. Now it happened as they went that he entered a certain village, and a certain woman named Martha welcomed him into her house. Are y'all with me? And she had a sister called Mary who sat at Jesus' feet and heard his words. But Martha, get this, was distracted. Oh, can I ask a question? Can I ask a question? What's got you distracted? Okay, Jesus is in the house, but Martha is distracted, and Mary is sitting at the feet of Jesus. Can I go a little bit further? But Martha was distracted with serving as she approached him, Jesus, and said, Lord, do you not care that my sister has left me to serve alone? Therefore, tell her to help me. Now, first of all, you gotta look at something. You gotta look at something. You gotta look at something so you can see this, so you can recognize this. Number one, Martha had to have had a very powerful relationship with Jesus to approach him while he's teaching in a crowd, because women did not have the prerogative of doing what you see Martha do. But I'm ready to tell you something, and I pray that it bless you, that irregardless of your gender or limitations that have been placed upon you because of your gender, because of the relationship that you have with God through Jesus Christ, it gives you access to approach him, and not only approach him, but to vent how you feel. Oh, 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 oh. Because it doesn't make sense to vent to somebody who can't change anything. What was she doing? She was complaining. Look at what she was doing. She was in the kitchen. She was cooking. She was preparing. She was serving. Jesus was there. And Mary was sitting at the feet. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Daryl, we've got so many distractions. So many things that can get our attention and take our minds off of what it should be on. And we see here that Martha is upset with Mary. First of all, it's Martha's house, not Mary's. Secondly, Martha chose to do what she did, and Mary chose to do what she did. Now, Martha is frustrated. Martha is tired. Martha is bent out of shape. Martha can't figure out why her sister, who understands what should be taking place, is not in the same place where Martha is, but she's sitting at the feet of Jesus. She's sitting there listening to what he has to say, because I can't do it yet. I can't do it yet. I can't tell you that. Because look, you got to look at this. The distractions of service is getting in the way of receiving what you need so that you can live in the next days. Look at what it says. Look at, she's distracted with much serving. She was doing this and picking up this and doing that and doing the other. And Mary sat there. Now, I want to talk about that for just a second, because some people sometimes glory in laziness. It's not that Mary was lazy, because Mary knows how to work just as hard as Martha. Woo! Teach, Pastor. I'm doing the best I know how. Believe me, Mary knows how to serve just like Martha does. Both of them are proficient sisters in the serving ministry. This is what they did. The house was one of the places where Jesus went to all the time. They understood how to serve. They understood how to give. They understood how to go out of their way. But there was something going on here that Martha couldn't see because she couldn't understand, y'all ready for this, how Mary could abandon her. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I don't think y'all ready for this. I don't think y'all ready for this one. Rose, I don't think they ready for this. I don't think they ready for this. There is nothing more frustrating than to be busting your behind and the person who should be helping you is sitting on theirs. Nothing can make you madder than doing something and the help you thought you had is nowhere to be found. And I'm going to say it again. This is not laziness or complacency, but Mary recognized that she needed something that she couldn't get in the kitchen. Teach, Pat. Lord have mercy. I done got excited about this. This is a powerful moment in the life of Martha, because Martha comes up to Jesus while he's teaching and says, "Now, Master, hold on just a second. I'm getting a little frustrated here." She approaches him and says, "Lord, don't you care? Don't you care that my sister have left me to serve alone? Don't you care that I'm out here busting hell for you by myself? Don't you care that I'm in the midst of this and she's not even lifting a finger to help me? Don't you? Why would you?" Matter of fact, here's what I want you to do, because she obviously will listen to you because she ain't listening to me. Tell her to get up and come on out here and help me. Y'all handle this. Y'all. That's the Black Martha way of saying, tell her to get up off her behind, okay? Tell her to get up off her behind and come out here and help me because I'm busting my tail out here by myself. Woo! But Jesus's response says, "Martha, Martha, you are worried and troubled about many things." Now here we go. Look at what Jesus says. Look at what Jesus says. Jesus is telling her, your problem ain't the dishes. Your problem isn't the food. Your problem isn't the serving. You got other things going on, and because you got other stuff going on in your life, you've used this moment as an opportunity for me to confront your sister and make your sister do something that you can't make her do. It's tight, but it's right. You got to look at this. You got to recognize this. You got to understand this, okay? He said, here's what your sister has done that you ain't got the good sense to do. The one thing is needed, and Mary has chose the better thing. Lord, see, I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna see if you get this. I'm gonna see if you get this, because I don't know if you're gonna really. I don't know if you really gonna get this or not, because I think this is overwhelmingly important for us to recognize and to understand. Okay, some of the way we lash out at people who we feel are not there for us when we need them, it's not that we're frustrated over. It's the fact that there's been a culmination of other things that have happened, and this moment in her life has now become the boiling point. Look at what Jesus says. But one thing is needed, and Mary, who recognizes her deficiency, Mary has chosen that good part, which will not be taken. Wait a minute. He says to Martha, what I'm depositing in her is going to take her through life, where what you're doing is going to cause your life to be cut short. Teach, Pastor. I know I'm working this lesson. I know I am. Because the truth of the matter is, every single one of us have been there. Every single one of us has gone through this. Every single one of us have been frustrated over stuff, and we lash out at certain things because other things just didn't work out. It can go back 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50 years. And now Mary understands her deficiency. Okay. Oh, Thea, you better stop it. You better stop it. Yeah, her soul was in starvation mode. The very existence of herself, she was going through changes of an unbelievable magnitude, and she took the risk of letting her sister get angry for the sake of the deficiency being filled by the only person who could do it. I hope y'all caught that. I hope y'all caught that. That's right. She needed a real. Listen. Linda, don't make me holler. Yeah. She understood the need for a regiment. Now, for those of you that ain't on the snapshot, y'all don't have a clue what I just said. Her regiment was, I'm sitting right here till he bless me. Her regiment was, I'm not going to let another day go by that I'm bent out of shape until he meets me at the point of my knees, which means what? I need to sit here at his feet so he can pour into me so that I can continue to be the Mary was created to be. That's how you do this. First of all, God wants to release you from your weariness. He wants you to experience the fullness of life that he has in store for you, which includes rest. Y'all. See, y'all want to talk about speaking in tongues and running around all over the church and flipping under the pews and all of that. No. The one thing that is missing from many of our lives is rest. Can I let that marinate for just a moment? Some of y'all can't sleep because you're frustrated. Some of y'all can't sleep because you've been out of shape. Some of y'all can't sleep. You don't know how to rest. Jemison, the regiment that I'm talking about, you got to go back and look at the snapshot so you can recognize that. There's a regiment that must be developed in order for God to bless you. That's the snapshot. That's the snapshot stuff. Regiment. What is the regiment? What is my regiment? First of all, telling him thank you. When I get up in the morning, first thing, thank you. I don't have to get on my knees. I ain't got to do all of the other stuff. I just tell him thank you. My regiment actually begins the night before, because as I go to lay down at night, I tell him thank you for taking him through a day that was grueling and crazy and had all kind of obstacles and madness in it. Thank you. Because I said thank you, when I get up in the morning, thank you. I'm still here, still alive, still cognitive, still functional. And then I go about my day. Valerie, here's something powerful. Is you have to stop getting frustrated when you don't know the need in somebody else's life. Because there's a difference between a lazy person and someone who needs to stop and refuel at the feet of Jesus. Carolyn Johnson, Carolyn Williams, did you get that? Thea, Linda, Denise, did you get that? Chaplain Hearns, did you get that? Minister Faye, did you get that? Thea, did you get that? Jaleesa, did you get that? Cora, did you get that? I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna wait on you because I gotta make sure. I gotta make sure that you catch this. I gotta make sure that you can. Go ahead, Rose. Do what you need to do. Okay. I want to know. Did you get it? Did you get it? If you didn't get it, did you hear it? Can you put in the chat, please? Could you be kind enough to put in the chat? Talking about I hear you. Just put that in there. Crystal, just put in there. I hear you. I hear you. Because somewhere, Barbara, did you catch that? I hear you. I hear you. Hear what the Spirit says. Hear what the Lord says. Hear what God is saying to you, because you are not the saving grace. You are not the solution solver of every situation in everybody else's life. If you can't solve your own issues, okay, how you gonna solve somebody else? That's the moat beam theory. How? Nancy, did you get it? Okay, I want to make sure because I'm kind of looking. I want to make sure some folk got that. Gladys, did you get that? Okay. See, if I got a 2x4 in my eye, I have no business trying to take the toothpick out of yours. The first thing I need to do is sit my behind down at the feet of Jesus and learn how to rest. Okay? Did you hear me, Veronica? Did you hear me? Man, this is so important. Those of you on YouTube, did you hear me? I want to make sure that you hear. That's right, Kathy, because it's personal. Sometimes, Cora, God will place you in a position where you have nothing to do but rest. Do you hear me, Raymond? Vernice, do you hear me? Gaither, do you hear me? Janet, do you hear me? Lady Harrison, do you hear me? Cecile, do you hear me? I want to know, do you hear? I need to know that you hear me. I need to know. Gail, do you? Yeah. I need to know, do you hear me? Because much of our physical ailments comes from us depriving ourselves of the. Wait a minute, where's my nurse practitioner at? I'm gonna wait on her. I'm gonna wait on her. Maria, okay, Sylvia Scott. I want to make sure you got this. I'm gonna wait for my nurse practitioner to come up here and say something. See, much of what we suffer from can be alleviated if we had the appropriate amount of rest. And I'm not just talking about laying in a bed and going to sleep. I'm talking about resting in the Lord. The two go together. Okay? Because if you're not resting in the Lord, laying in the bed causes you to stare at the ceiling all night long. I know y'all don't like me. I know. But I gotta get this to you so you can understand how to live a longer, viable life. Iris, I'm telling you, a lot of our physical ailments, okay, Sherry, is because you don't know how to shut it off. And I'm not saying I'm perfect at it, but I've learned to shut it down. I've learned that there are some things I can't solve, I can't resolve, and I can't do anything about, but I'm going to lay myself. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. I know about the eating thing, but I want to deal with the rest, Carletta. I want to deal with the fact that the body needs rest. And in the midst of the rest, you have to also be able to rest in the Lord. I hope I challenged you. I hope I blessed you. I hope you caught it. I hope you understood it. I hope that you're ingesting it, Minister Mike. I want to make sure. I want to make sure because it doesn't do any good for all of us to just feel good and then go back to being frustrated. Quit letting your family, quit letting your loved ones, quit letting your job, quit letting those folk get on your nerves and jack up your life, because they going to go right on about their business while you sitting up in somebody's ICU ward, while you sitting up in somebody's nursing home or whatever. You better learn. You better learn. Stephanie, you better learn how to rest in the Lord. Woo! Got a couple of things that I want to share with you. I pray that you were blessed tonight. I pray that you were challenged tonight. I pray that you were, because I think it's so important for us if we're going to really have an impact on the world that we live in. When I talk about the world that we live in, you don't necessarily have to impact the world, but sometimes you have to impact the sphere or the world that is closest to you, so that you can share with them what's what. Can I share with you a couple of things? I need to share with you a couple of things. Okay, did you get that, Katrina? Did you get that, Jaleesa? There you go. There you go. There you go. Thank you, Carletta. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. And that's important because your body renews itself during the time of rest. All right. And that's so important. That's so important. That's so important. You got that confirmation, Iris? Okay. 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 So listen, on Saturday, is our Faith Walk 2022. This is when we come together. We're asking $10 per person. You can call 330-746-1217. You can give that way. If you're not going to walk, we're just asking $10 per person. Or meet us. Registration starts at 12:30. The walk starts at 1 p.m. Yes, I understand. We had no way of predicting what the weather would be. There's no way we could have done that. It is going to be hot, but we're going to have people at water stations along the route. And so what we need is help, with people to be at the water stations. How many people? I have no clue. But I need you to call 330-746-1217. You do not have to be a member of Union to do this. We just need people to get there and to sit at the water stations to make sure everyone stays hydrated. So please, ma'am, please, sir, we need your help, okay? And for those that are going to be at the water stations, you probably need to get there around about 12. That way we can get the table set up so that we can have the water, and the water will be in ice, so it will be ice cold to make sure that we do. Why do we do this faith walk? It helps us in raising money for the Ohio Baptist State Convention so that we can continue to invest scholarships in our young people. We have given away way over $100,000 in scholarships to young people who are aspiring for higher learning out of high school into an accredited college through a essay process. And so we want to be able to do that, to be a blessing. If you just want to give the $10, you need to call 330. If Katrina doesn't answer, just leave a message. And we just want to make sure we do that. I'm going to pray for God to bless everyone who puts that kind of resources into the lives of our people. It takes a village to raise a child, and it's time for the village. It's only a $10 investment. Now, I understand that $10 is a lot now. You remember when $10 used to put some gas in your car? Now $10, you put $10 in your car, it starts laughing at you. But it's a $10 worthy of investing. To my knowledge, we have never had a young person drop out or to fail in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Every one of them that I know of has completed their education, and many of them have gone on to work on masters as they continue to migrate through life. And OBSC is a very viable and powerful part of that experience. With that being said, we want you to start praying for the Saving the Soul of Youngstown Citywide Revival, the 28th, 29th, and 30th at 6:30 p.m. At the corner of Hillman and Warren on the south side. We are getting all of that stuff together right now so that, yeah, Katrina, I need you to put it on my page as well, okay? So that people on my page can see the information that is on Union's page. So please do that and be kind enough to do that. Tomorrow at 6:30, we're going to do the training for the prayer warriors as we prepare to do what God will have us to do. We are going to do something a little different this year. Tuesday, Wednesday will be worship and preaching. On Thursday, we are going to baptize and we're going to pray. Oh, yeah. Y'all need to hear what I say. I'm excited about it. I thank God for the sponsors that came through to help us. I appreciate that more than anything else, okay? God is doing something. The car, I don't know what you mean, Timothy. You have to explain that to me a little bit better. And so we're asking that you would be there. We're asking that you would spread the word and let people know on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. We're only gonna take up about an hour or so of your time. We have all the security that we need to make sure that all is well. If you remember, last year was a powerful moment where young folk came to Christ, changed their lifestyles, and we're just doing what we need to do. During the revival, Minority Health is going to be there. Not only is Minority Health going to be there, but Compass, which is the mental health arm of Youngstown, is going to be there. And I'm going to have a table there for the Ohio Organizing Collaborative so that we can share with you some other things that we're going to be doing that's going to empower our neighborhoods and train us so that we can do everything that God would have us to do. So those are the things that I wanted to share. It will be at Wick Park, and we are looking so far. We thank God for our sponsors that we have. We thank God for the sponsors that we have for the Saving the Soul of Youngstown Revival, and we're just grateful to God for that. So pray for us. Pray for the endeavor. Pray for Bishop Paramore. Pray for myself. Pray for everybody who's going to be a viable part of what's taking place, because we are believing, as has been done before, that you get them saved changes the neighborhood. So we see the Cash App is in here. If you want to give, it's $OBSC and the number 1. It is OBSC and the number 1. You can give through Givelify. You go to the Ohio Baptist State Convention. You can do that Givelify. You can do that PayPal. Look at 528 Lincoln Avenue. Okay? And so we're asking that you would do that. We're asking that you would be a part of this. If you do nothing else, pray. 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 And we're going to watch God work. Thank you so much for giving me this time. Thank you so much for allowing me to share. Thank you so much, so much, so much, so much for the privilege of being a part of your learning experience as we grow together in our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. You rest well tonight. You rest well tonight. And listen, love you from the depths of my heart. Love you with the love of Jesus Christ. May God bless you. May he keep you is our prayer.